Hello, Steve White, Steve White's 89. Well, you might have heard this. I just saw this a minute ago, the headline that Hasbro raided a YouTuber over some Magic the Gathering cards. I was like, what? That couldn't have happened. And I'm not sure it actually did. Now, naturally people want, clickbait titles and views and attention, so they tend to exaggerate things. My understanding is basically this guy bought some Magic the Gathering cards from someone on eBay or something, online somewhere, and then he did a video of them, put it up, and these were cards that weren't supposed to have been released yet. They weren't supposed to be out in the public. Hasbro was not happy. I think they had his videos taken down and he might have got a strike or demonetized or something happened to his channel. I'm not exactly sure what happened to his channel. But after that, they actually sent private investigators out, hired private investigators to find this guy, track him down, go to his house and get the cards back. And my understanding was they went to his door, they spoke to him, he gave them back, and that was sort of the end of it. They didn't break his door in and go in guns blazing and dogs barking, and people were telling these stories like, oh, they raided him like a police raid and they scared his wife and his children. No, I don't believe any of that happened. From what it sounds like to me is they hired private investigators, they found him, they showed up, they knocked on his door, and they said, yeah, you got our stuff. And he sort of said, uh-huh, and gave it back to them without much of a fuss. They didn't have a warrant, they weren't the police, they couldn't have done anything, to him, they couldn't have made him do anything. He gave them the stuff back because he shouldn't have had it in the first place. They're thinking of, paying him or something, to make up for the fact that he paid for them. But did he know what he was buying? I personally think he did. I don't believe this guy, if he's running a channel and does, videos about, properties like Magic the Gathering and the cards and stuff like that, he would have known they weren't released and they weren't supposed to have been seen yet, unless he's just got a general understanding of it and he was just sort of doesn't do a lot of videos on Magic the Gathering. Maybe he actually didn't realize what they were. But I don't believe that personally. That's just, I don't know anything. I just personally believe that he was either looking for these cards for the purpose of having be able to do a video on them before they were released, so he'd get everyone's views, because there's no point putting a video up after everyone's already seen it and everyone else has reviewed it. So I can see someone chasing them, getting them, putting them up, and just not expecting any consequences. So I think that's what happened. Now, of course, YouTubers and collectors, fans are getting upset and carrying on about this, and it seems like a whole lot of people trying to get attention and trying to vilify the toy companies. And I'm not going to defend corporations, but certain people, not Retro Blasting, I'm not talking about him, let's be clear, I'm not talking about Retro Blasting. Certain YouTubers constantly go on about how the toy companies are the enemy, they hate us, they just want our money and they want to give us bad products, like it's some sort of deliberate thing, like they just don't want to invest in quality, and they just deliberately make bad products. And it's just that pop culture wars sort of thing that they're trying to pull into toy collecting. And I'm sort of from the Star Trek sort of fan base, and that has gotten really toxic lately, and I sort of want to get away from that. I've been looking at a lot of the toy collecting channels, people like Mega J Retro, stuff like that, looking at Master Universe videos and collecting Transformers, stuff like that. And these people usually don't get into the political side of things, but these people, and again, not Retro Blasting or anyone like that, but these other people, of course, I'm talking about, they are always making it political. It's like they take it to like this Fox News Trump level, where we're the victims, they're coming after us, and we're the saviors, we're going to help you, give you all this news and make sure you can defend yourself against these evil toy companies that want to steal our money and give us nothing but trash and rip us off. It's just too much. I wanted to talk about it for a while because I noticed it recently in some videos, but just this is an opportunity to talk about it now. I've had some experiences with YouTube myself, where I had seen some unreleased videos of Madonnas and I did reviews of them and talked about them, and my videos were taken down because the videos weren't supposed to be released yet. And I had a few issues with that, but not the big issue of them actually being able to, at least they could have just asked me to take the video down and explain that those videos weren't supposed to be released, because I didn't know what their status was. I just saw them and I didn't know if they'd been released properly or if they'd been leaked, or and one of them was on an official website, I think, for directors, so it looked official. So I didn't understand why that person put it up if they weren't supposed to, and so I can understand sometimes mistakes do happen, but I don't believe this guy didn't know. Just like there were some people who bought some Jurassic Park toys from a store, they weren't supposed to be released yet. They did a video reviewing them, and the company got upset, made them take it down because they weren't supposed to be seen yet. Now, they could be aggressive about this, and that would be a mistake. But if they're being civil about it and just asking or telling people, what they can and can't do, I don't have any problem with that. I don't think Hasbro was out of line here if they did it the civilized way that I'm understanding they did. I have no problem with that. So I just had to comment on both those two situations.